Hello there and welcome back to Build with the Boys. I'm Scott and we now have issue 33 of Build the Disney Dolls House. This is our second internal door. And a really rather lovely one it is too. Now, there is a very simple mistake to make on this one. So, read carefully and check what you're doing. Because I've seen a few people, I've seen like 5 people now, put the Alice door in the wrong way up. So as we do the video, we'll take a look at which way up it goes correctly, and we'll make sure it goes in the right way. We also, in this one, get another guest to our house in Marie from the Aristocats. Now, premium subscribers, this is your second cat, because we've already got Berilos. And if you're a premium subscriber, next month, we get our next premium figures. So we got our next 2, and we will be getting Anna from Frozen, and we will be getting Toulouse from the Aristocats. So next month, if you're a premium subscriber, you will have all of your Aristocats. That's the whole lot of them done. I'm looking at Marie at the moment. I've got a stupid little smile on my face because it's a very cute little thing. It's tiny, but it's very cute. We'll have a look in a second. So yeah, just take your time with this one. There's no rush. Allow your door to dry. Don't try and fit in a door that hasn't had time to dry, because that's again when you're going to get problems, because if it's not dry it might start sagging whilst it's sat there, and then all of a sudden the door that worked perfectly is now sticking. I wonder why, and it's not because it started moving. Allow your door to dry. Okay, there's no rush. As I've always said, there's no prizes for coming first, but there are penalties for rushing. So just take your time with this one. We'll go through it. We'll make sure this door's done correctly and set up the right way. And we'll get it installed. And when this is done, this is going to look lovely, because that's basically all of our downstairs internal doors complete. Which is exciting, right? It's really coming along now, this house. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at Marie first. Okay, and here she is. Here is Marie. Let's see if we can get a zoom on her. Here she is. Really rather lovely, tiny little kitten. But isn't she cute? Gorgeous little eyes. It's done very nice. There's a lot of personality in just this little kitten. I can bring up Berilos. I'm going to put her next to him and see if they're kind of in scale. Let's have a look. I imagine Berilos a little bigger. No, they're bang on. They're perfect. So there's our Arista kittens. They're just missing Toulouse to go with them, and they're done. But aren't they lovely? So they look fun when they're in their music room and they're on the piano and things like that. I think they're going to look lovely. They really do. It's yeah. For something, I mean, the Aristocats is the one I was least kind of interested in. That said, that room is gorgeous. When all the gold and whatnot is in there, it's going to look beautiful. And with these little kittens in there, I think it's going to look lovely. Anyway, let's get on with this door, because we need to get this done, get this dried, and get this fitted. Okay, so starting with this piece here. Yep, like everyone's, mine's warped as well. But it's fine. You don't need to worry about that, because all of this will straighten out, it'll all pull together, and it'll all fix up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this part out first. There is the part that looks like crucifix. That's the part we're after. So you remember doing this with the other door, because we've seen this style of door before. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue this one in place there. Now putting this in should sort a little bit of that warping. So we're going to get that one glued in. And let that dry, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so that's this panel dry now, so that's on, that's dried. Bringing over our Alice door. Now, the difference with this one is this is plastic, this is wood, this is plastic. Don't know why they made that choice, but they did. Right, this is where people are getting confused. So, quite simply, the smaller panels, the shorter panels here, are the bottom of the Frozen door, okay? So we know that's the bottom. So we're going to keep that like that. So the bottom is here right now. This one here, that heart needs to be the right way up. So that's going to attach to this side of the door. So when this is together, you'll have the hearts there, the lower panels there. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we are going to put a layer of super glue all the way around the edge of this one. Let's get a little on here. I don't think we've gone mad with this. Bead of this stuff. So you know what I'm doing is, it might look like I'm squirting all the way around. I'm not. I'm squirting and dragging. So I'm just sort of dragging the super glue across, we get good curtain all the way along the frame. All the way on there. Just along here as well. And we're good. Alright, so let's make sure, again, we're going the right way up. So there's our hearts. So we check twice. And if you're familiar with cut twice, measure twice, cut once. Same principle, right? So we know that's the right way around. So now we're going on to here. We want this as straight as we can get it. Okay, I am happy with that. Now it's super glue, so it ain't going to take long to dry, but it's going to take a few minutes. So we're going to let it do its thing. Going to let it get a proper bond, and then we're going to build the frame to put this thing in. Happy with that. Let's clear that off. Okay, so there you can see. Heart up the right way, smaller panels at the bottom. That's how you want to be. Now we're going to build the frame. So using a spot of wood glue, we've attached horizontal beam here to vertical beam here. We've slid the door in. We're going to slide this all the way down, and hopefully this should all fit together, he says. Now, because this door's all warpy, I question how easy this is going to be. There we go. There we go. So that's that part complete, because the door handle's going to go on this side of the frozen door. Okay, so again, smooth this side, holes this side. So that's that one done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply a little wood glue to the tips of the next one. Let me just grab this one out. There we go. Right. So we're going to put a little glue on the end of here and on the end of here, and that one's going to slot into the bottom there. So let me get that glued up, get that fitted in. Okay, so we've attached this frame here now. So now we've got our door built. All we need to do now is make the door frame to fit this into. And then we are done with this issue. Okay, so we're giving this one a coat of glue there. We're going to attach this piece to that and allow this to dry. So we want the hole on this side, as you can see, pretty white down there, because that's what's going to be visible. The rest of it is not. Now, if you look on the other side of this, you will see a hole in the center there. That's what our Alice alcove is going to attach to. So now that's dry, the next thing we do is we're going to take super glue and we're going to attach the pins to the door. There and there. Let's get that done. That's our pins on. Quite simple, with just a little glue just to hold the pins in place, and that's on the other end as well. You see we're going to pop this part on top of the one pin. We're going to install our doorway, and then what we're going to do to install the door is we're going to fold the door in. I'll show you that doing that when we get to that stage. I've got to apply my handles as well. Nearly forgot that. Let's get the handles on. Okay, so we've given this one a good coat of glue, and we're going to pop it in here, and what we want to do is we want to line this up. So these two little bars here, we want to line up. So we've given this foot a good coat of glue. We want to line these up to the door. So those will go there and there. And that's how we want it to go. Because the next thing we do is we're going to fit the frame in here to attach our door. Okay, so both of the inner channels here have had a good coating of glue. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop these in here. They're going to sit over that like there. And they're going to pull in just like we did with the frozen door. So that's how we're going to go there. And we're going to do the exact same thing with number 2. So we're going to sit over the lug and push that right across. So we want these as far across as they will go. You can see all my characters in there and like some horrible Disney massacre. I promise you they're all okay. So that's that one in, that's that one in. Now to apply the door. So putting the bottom pin into the hole at the bottom, we've applied a layer of glue to the top, and we're going to fold this whole thing in together, he says, hopefully. So we can close this all up. So there you go, so it folds in together like that. And we're going to hold this in place and let this dry, but at the same time, we have to make sure our door's swinging. So let's get rid of this right there. So that's in. But again, I don't want to start opening and closing it, so I want to make sure this is actually in where it's supposed to be. So straighten all this up, I'm going to take a look. For the final part of this, what I've done is I've applied a blob of super glue, just the pin in the centre of here, and we're going to be going into the hole, which is just here. So let's get that installed. So there we are, and how grand is that door? And you can see we open nicely, and we close, and we can come through the other way as well. So we're working. So let's have a look from the frozen side. Looking lovely, all happy. Leave to dry now because we've got this wood glue up here that I need to let dry. I need to let this frame dry in place, and then that is really looking quite lovely. Very happy with that. Happy man. Good. Let's have a chat. So that's that one complete. That's done. And wow, doesn't it look nice? I mean, that door, the doors make so much difference to these, because now they're not just hollows, you know, they're rooms, self-contained now, shut off from the others. It's a room, it's his own room. And I think that's important. It looks nice. It looks really nice, especially that trim above the Wonderland door. Looks gorgeous. And those doors, not really that challenging. I can tell you now, all the other doors are easier than this one. So they the upstairs doors are different to these. There's another door like that. There's a door in Winnie the Pooh's garden that we'll be doing. But the rest of the doors in the house are a lot simpler than these. A lot simpler. It's literally one piece goes in and bam, that's it. You attach the other side to it like we're doing with the windows. Then the door's in. Because as we go upstairs, the reason why the doors upstairs are plastic and why a lot more elements become plastic upstairs because of weight. This thing would start to bow really bad. If everything was solid wood all the way up, it would start to bow in the middle. We'd have problems. So they do try to make things slightly lighter on upper floors. But it's looking really nice. I'm happy with that. I really am. And Marie's a nice little addition as well. It's a tiny figure, but a cute one, you know. And as I said, if you're a premium subscriber, you will have all of the Aristocats by next month because you are getting Anna and Toulouse. So that's the 3 Aristocats cleared. That's it for this one. So in the next one, we will be doing, in 34, we will be adding skirting to the Alice room. Now, and a lot of you asked about that you were worried about the gap. If you won't have the gap, the skirting board's going to cover all that up. So it's just trim around the bottom of Alice's room. That will be coming up very shortly. And then, and this is going to sound shocking, but it's true, we're pretty much mothballing this. We're not going to touch this again until November. So this section of the house, work-wise, we're done until March. I'm not joking. I'm totally serious. So what's going to happen is in November, we're going to take this section of the house and we're going to add it to the foundation we've been building. So we're going to return to the foundation next month and build that up. And in November, we add this section of the house to that foundation, elevating it. Which will make it slightly easier to work on. If it's an elevated base, it's easier to work with. So that happens in November. Then once we've done that, again, we're mothballing it. So you can literally wrap this thing up so it doesn't get covered in dust and things like that. Put it away somewhere because you are not going to touch it again until March of next year. You're just not. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. We're going to be doing a lot of work on the base. Once the base is complete, we move on to Winnie the Pooh's garden. And Winnie the Pooh's garden takes a long time because Winnie the Pooh's garden essentially is a separate build. We're building an entire, it needs a floor, it needs a base, it needs walls, it needs structure, it needs all the wallpapering done, it needs the flooring done, it's got an internal room inside of it, we've got to build that internal room, it's got its own door. There's a lot. So honestly, it's a long old poke until we go back to the house again. I think it might be February. I think March is me being a little bit too. I think February we return to the house, but even then it's only minor. It's a little bit. We put a little bit in the frozen room, but we'll talk about that in the next issue. So that's it for this one. If you enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't yet, if you're one of the ones that constantly watches but haven't subscribed yet, be a rascal and hit that subscribe button. It helps us massively. We just love having you around, we really do. You can contact us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com with any questions, queries, or curiosities you may have. We always love seeing your builds. If you're working on something and you'd like to show us what you're up to and some ideas you've got, send us some pictures. We'd love to see them. We really would. And if you're happy, I'll show them on the channel as well. That is it for this one. We'll be back very, very soon with issue 34. Until then, the world where you can be absolutely anything at all, just be nice, and we will catch you on the next one.